Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm NURBAITI, and I would like thanks to all of the committee for giving me the opportunity to present my research paper in the second international conference on the teaching of English and literature, or ICOTEL 2021. Okay, let me start my presentations of my research paper entitled Imagery Analysis in Long LEAV.S Selected Poems. Okay, let's start from the research background. As we know that poetry is one of literary work which has an imaginative awareness of experience expressed through meaning, sound, and rhythmic of language choice which evoke an emotional response. Poetry also has an expression of what is thought and felt, and it is usually expressed based on our imagination. According to RB 2018 and Suyudi 2021, an image is a concrete representation of a sense, impression, feeling, or idea. And also, imagery appears to one or more of our senses. It may be visual, auditory, tactile, olfactory, gustatory, kinesthetic, and also organic. And imagery is a necessary point to make the reader to be able to see, hear, smell, taste, and even touch what is expressed in the poem. And without imagery, the abstract idea in poetry could be difficult to be understood, and it will make the reader confused to understand the poem itself. So by using imagery, the abstract idea is easier to be identified because it uses the words to represent our sense. And for this research, I choose Love and Misadventures poetry book, and the author is LEAV.S. She is an international best-selling New Zealand novelist and poet. She has written many books, but Love and Misadventure book is her first book. The book is about the collection of poems which contains friendship, love, fear, and jealousy, moment of joy and happiness, which is delivered by the simple language style. Okay, there are two research questions. The first one is, what are the types of imagery used in 6 selected poems by LEAV in Love and Misadventures book? And the second one is, what is the most imagery type used in 6 selected poems by LEAV in Love Misadventures book? Okay, for the objective of the research, the first one is to find out the type of imagery used, and then the second one is to know the most type of imagery used in 6 selected poems by LEAV in Love and Misadventures book. Okay, let's move to the methodology. For the research design, this research uses a descriptive qualitative method, and the data will be described descriptively. And for the object of the research, that 6 selected poems by LEAV in her book Love and Misadventures book might be the object of the research. For the instrument, there is no other instrument, but the researcher was the main instrument in this research. And the technique of the analyzing data, there are 6 steps might be done. The first one is identifying the data by reading the poem several times. And after that, I went to the coding process, which I code the word one by one, which consider as the imagery type, and then classify the data into their each of type, and then tabulated them to make the data easy to read. And then next, calculated the number of each type of imagery into percentage, and then as the last step was the conclusion, where the interpretations about the result of this research in the discussion. Okay, here is the finding from this research paper. As what I had mentioned in the beginning, that there are 7 types of imagery, but through this research, in 6 selected poems by LEAV, there are 4 types of imagery used in these selected poems. They are visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and also organic. And as the answer for the second research questions, that the most uh, type of imagery used was visual, which the total frequencies, uh, 10 frequencies, and it has the highest percentage, which is 40% percentage. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation about my research paper. Thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.